Hi, Nelson. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Oh, hello, John. Thank you very much for having me. I'm really honored to be here.
Well, my pleasure. So you've written one book, I take it.
Yes.
Tell us all about that book.
Okay. Um, well, so there's this interesting story of a manager who had 40 employees, and these employees sadly didn't know how to work well together, and so the manager had an idea, and he organized a team outing, right? And during that outing, they had an activity. They had an activity where the activity had 2 rounds. So in the first round, he took them to a hall that was filled with balloons. Well, actually, he told them each. He gave them each balloons, right? And he told them to like blow the balloons and write their names on the balloons and hand it over to him. And so what happened was that he put the balloons in a hall filled with several other balloons, right? And so the task was for them to each find their balloon, the balloon with their names on it, right? In under, I think it was 15 minutes or so. And so in that first round, like they were not able to find the balloons because there were just so many balloons, so no one was able to find theirs. And then the second round, okay, he made a slight change and he said, okay, this time around, each person should find like just not just their balloon, but any balloon with a name and hand it to the owner. Yeah, so they did that, and in less than a few minutes, they all had their balloons. Okay, so the lesson from there was clear. Okay, that when they are focused on themselves, right, they would be able to achieve their goals. But when they are focused on the team, like that is on each other, they'll be able to achieve their goals. And so that is one of the stories that inspired me to write this book. It is a book about teamwork and collaboration in the workplace and extending to all aspects of life, right? Okay, so I start with the workplace and then I extend to different contexts, school, at home, because the truth is that wherever we interact with people, okay, we have to work together, we have to work with people, and so we need to be able to apply these same principles everywhere, not just at work. And I believe that it is the key to progress, the key to development. And so it's necessary for us to be able to harness these principles of working well with others.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I wrote the book.
And who is it directed towards?
So it is directed towards pretty much I would say pretty much like everyone, because we all in some capacity have to collaborate with people. Okay, but then of course the main audience would definitely be more of like maybe business owners, like people who lead teams, right? In the corporate space, startup owners, and basically like wherever there is teamwork involved, even in the family setting. Okay, the principles still apply. Yeah. So
what do you do for a living, Nelson?
yeah, so I'm a software engineer. I'm a software engineer by yeah, I work as a software engineer, and on the side I'm equally a relationship coach. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I do on the side, and then I also do a lot of writing. So I write like as part of my coaching business. I run a blog, a YouTube channel. Yeah. So yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. See, the feeling I got from when you were talking about the balloons was that you're maybe doing some consulting, or in your case, coaching. You seem to care about people and how they get along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. More about your book, though. Does it have any illustrations in it, or is it something that people could use in their relationships? And if so, how can they utilize this book?
Okay. Yeah, so as you mentioned, it does have a lot of illustrations, real life experiences, and as well as practical examples, practical case studies of situations in the workplace. Okay, so it's a useful tool in the sense that anyone who reads it can apply the principles in their teams. For instance, in each of I like the main things that I tend to cover in the book include how to build trust in your team, how to manage conflicts, like resolving conflicts in a constructive manner, like not in a destructive way. That is resolving them in a way that is going to benefit the team as a whole and not like just the individual. And then things like building trust, things like how to deal with dysfunctional and toxic coworkers. Yeah, so I really get into those specific contexts, those specific problem situations, and I offer steps on how to navigate those such situations. Yeah, with stories. I use a lot of stories, illustrations, and different concepts to illustrate the ideas.
Okay. When you say stories, what are they, fictional stories or stories of people's lives or situations that you've had experiences with?
Yeah. Okay. So some of them are my personal stories. So yeah, some of them are personal stories, my personal experiences in the workplace, and then there are also stories from my research that are like interesting stories that I found during my research that illustrate the concepts. Yeah,
Mm,
which I also use in the book.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, did you practice any of these methods before you wrote them down to make sure that they're constructive and will result in good things?
Yeah. Um, Yeah, I've practiced. I actually practice them daily as well because since I have a team that I lead, yeah. So I use those same principles in my team. Like for instance, like the idea of transparency, the idea of inclusion, the idea of fairness. Those are all things that I try to uphold as well in my teams. Okay, and they're all principles that I write in the book.
Wonderful. How are people responding to your book?
Hmm. Okay. So far, the obviously the beginning was I'll say it was moderate, moderate. But then obviously it didn't get the traction that I was hoping. Yeah, I guess maybe because it's not really that innovative in a way, but I'm proud of the start, and I'm hopeful for the future.
Yeah, so am I. I'm very curious about your book now. Well, perhaps there's no dragons in your story and, no big murder scenes and stuff like that. But we need the information that you're describing very much in our society. I'm sure you've already answered this question in some of the description that you said, but I'll ask you anyway.
Okay.
What really motivated you to go and write a book like this? I mean, writing a book takes a lot of energy and time, but you felt
Yeah.
the passion to write it. Why?
Mhm. Why? Um, yeah, so because one of my where I come from Cameroon in West Africa, and usually the mindset obviously it's not a developed country, it's underdeveloped, and yeah, so what like my vision in life, right, is to contribute somehow to its development, right, in like using my skills in the best way that I can, right. And so I believe that generally the mindset that people have is more of complaining, more of like complaining about the government, complaining about taxes and all of that.
Mhm.
And but then I'm like, okay, so what can I do what can I do at my own level, to make the difference, right? And so I believe that given that there's a lot of division, right? I believe that one of the things that's hindering progress is division. And so in the book, I try to encourage people like to like think more about togetherness, more about how we can collaborate together, to really bring the difference. And I also encourage people on like basically like as I was saying, like instead of just complaining on what we can do to bring the change. Yeah, so that is really what motivated me to write the book.
Right, right. Excellent. How long have you been living in the United States?
For just over 4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just before the pandemic, you moved here?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
The pandemic.
Well, the pandemic and moving here and the culture shock, I suppose, that comes with along with all that.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a difficult, it was definitely a complicated transition, having to leave my family and come here to start all over. So yeah, it wasn't easy adapting to to the new environment and finding my grounds and eventually like reaching a point where I could like really stand on my own. So it took a while to adjust and adapt. Yeah, but I'm glad I'm here. So now.
Yeah, excellent. I'm glad you're here too. You came just in time. Hopefully, you can help save us.
Yeah.
Are businesses taking note of what you're doing? Have you been able to help people within business world?
People in the business world. So far, not yet. So far, just individuals personally have read the book, and
Mhm.
well, granted, a few of them, they run startups as well, and
Mhm.
so they are probably using those as well in their
Okay.
in their businesses. Mhm.
You mentioned a life coach. How does that work for you?
Okay, so actually, it's a relationship coach.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah, relationship coach. Yeah, yeah. So it's like basically what I do like guiding people with respect to how um how to have like is a fulfilling marriage, so to speak. Like that's basically what it is, using biblical principles. So basically what I do is that I teach like how to do marriage according to the Bible, like so as to be able to really like enjoy it, like have something fulfilling. That is what I
Mm,
do.
that's
Yeah,
nice. That's good.
yeah.
Yeah. They used to be called marriage counselors. What's the difference between a marriage counselor and a relationship coach?
I think coaching is more of guiding someone. Like it's more of like it's like really you're not like doing it yourself. You're just like guiding the person on what to do. But then in fact, both of them, I'll say they are two. They are very much similar. I don't really know the clear
Well,
cut difference.
to
But I
me,
think
to my ears, coach sounds more friendly. Sounds like, it just sounds friendlier. I'd rather go to a relationship coach than a marriage counselor.
Oh, okay.
So,
Interesting.
so in your life, in your relationship coaching, do you
Yeah.
use the book? Is that a tool that you use with the people that you're coaching?
I don't use the book per se because this book is true that like every relationship is a team, like it's a
Mhm.
team of like a couple is a team of two. So
Yes, it
yes,
is.
in that sense you can use those principles, like for instance the principles for conflict resolution. You can use that when the couple has a conflict. You can use those same principles. Yeah, but I equally have plans to write books more in the direction of like relationships. So I have a couple of ideas on that which I'm working on.
Oh, good.
So
So
I'm more
there's
focused on that. Yeah.
so there's
Mhm.
more books coming down the pike
Yeah,
then for you.
yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, yeah.
Excellent. And on your podcast on YouTube, I take it?
Yes, you too.
I'm gonna have to check that out. What kind of stuff do you do there?
What kind of stuff? Is basically like as I said, like videos on videos about marriage. For instance, like what you need to do to be ready, stuff like that. Had signs to know that a man really loves you, signs to know that a woman really loves you, things like that. Those are the kind of videos that I do. Those how-to videos,
Good.
and stuff.
Good.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not really a podcast. It's not really a podcast. It's more of like a channel where I publish videos. I produce videos and I publish.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, very good. Do
yeah.
you do your own editing and shooting and all that?
Yes, I do the shooting. I do the shooting, and I used to edit them at first, but now I've hired a video editor who helps out with that.
When was it published?
It was published last September.
And where is it available?
Okay, so for now it's on Amazon and there's this other platform called Seller. I don't know if you know it. Yeah, so on that platform it's more for the those who are based in Cameroon. Then they can order it
Oh,
via.
okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then the main platform for now is Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Did you have family back in Cameroon?
Yes.
They know you've written this book?
Yes.
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 And what do they think about it?
Yeah. Well, they are very proud about they are very proud of the achievement, obviously, and they're encouraging me. So I'm grateful
Sure.
for that.
Excellent. And they get to see you on your YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. Well, of course, I'll put all those links in the description below on my
Okay.
YouTube channel so people could link up to that and hopefully subscribe to your channel as well.
So I'll definitely be grateful for that. Thank you.
For sure. Yeah. So you say you got other books in the fire. When
Yeah.
do you think we're going to see another book from you?
I'll say in a couple of years.
Okay.
In a couple of years, yeah, because yeah, I think it's necessary to take time to really do research, and like think through everything, and come up with something that will really be of value to people. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So your interests are mainly for in the future, as far as you can see, nonfiction books.
Yes,
You-
non-fiction books.
So, any final words to the listeners and to the viewers of this episode as to where we could see you? Do you have a website and any other information you want to give?
Yes, so I have a website. It's called findlove.com. That is my relationship coaching website. And then I'm also on Facebook. I post a lot on Facebook. Like you can just look up my name and then I'll pop up. And then same thing on LinkedIn. Like still my name. And yeah, I'm also on Instagram, still my name. Yeah. So yeah. So that's pretty much where people can find me to learn more.
Okay, excellent. I certainly wish you all the best and success in this book and helping people out. I'm going to check out your podcast as well.
All right. Yeah. Thank. I really appreciate you the opportunity you giving me the chance to come to your platform and share what I wrote. And as you said, I'm looking forward to be able to. It's really about the impact, being able to, like as you said, help people, and I'm really hopeful to be able to do that so to reach out to more people with what I do. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. Now you take care of yourself.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. And before you go, if you like what I do here on Tell Me About Your Book, then consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and don't forget to ring that bell for future notifications. You can even leave a comment. All of that really helps in recommending this channel to a larger audience. And if you are an author, I would love to speak with you about your book. Until next time, keep on writing and be kind to one another.